We just jumped into the line where it didn't play the countdown. I think we're live. Hello, everybody. We are live. Yeah, we are. You guys seeing the countdown?
Welcome to the Teacher's Pep Rally, everyone.
Hello.
If you missed
What just happened here?
I know, Fred, I was laughing at you literally talking behind the curtain. Okay, welcome to the Teacher's Pep Rally, everyone. This is pretty much how this is going to go down, but this is like the reality.
It's going down.
Our last episode, we discussed the importance of music programs and what it is like being a band director with Rachel Allen.
There we go.
If you missed the conversation, go back and check it out on your favorite audio platform. I think Fred is frozen. On your favorite audio platform or by visiting our YouTube channel. Please like it, share it, and review it. Definitely check out the YouTube video when you get a chance. If you're not live with us, Fred is frozen.
I breathe.
In the most unbelievable smile you've ever seen. Today, we're going to catch up with one another and share what is new in our lives. Let's be honest, Pete is in the middle of a school production. Fred is supporting students and looking brightly towards the future.
We lost Fred.
Erin is prepping after a full day of work for the teachers' conference coming up this summer.
But hey, you know, that's every teacher, right?
Totally.
We got a lot of I can't even talk. I'm so tired. Pots and pans on the fire. I mean, we got a lot going on.
Yeah, this really, truly is going to be like, you know, one of those reality episodes where we're just kind of showing and reminding you all that we're with you when it's a long end of the day. But we're hoping to model the true pep rally spirit right here and right now. So
got to go on.
Welcome, Pete, to the Teacher's Pep Rally. This is the two of us.
Hi, I'm here for the pep.
I guess I'm here for the rally.
I mean, I'm just keeping an eye out for Fred. He might be the one watching.
He's probably the one watching. Well, I will say before we popped on, and you know, this even happens in the classroom, right? When you're trying to use technology, he had said before we started, he told me, he goes, I don't know what's going on with my internet, but it's in and out. So right now he's out.
Oh, here he is.
We're in. Everyone prepare. He's going to be a little.
And yeah, Abley comes in with all sorts of entrances. He might have some pyro and some. Okay, he's not coming. Anyway.
All right. Well, anyways.
How are you holding up?
I'm holding up. Can you tell my eyes are like half open? But I'm here.
I'm trying to let him in. Oh, geez. Now he looks like he's.
I'll be there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, now we lost Erin. Oh. There we go. Now Erin's. This is a cluster.
Yes.
This is the first time we're doing a podcast, everyone.
You know what? 125th episode. We've earned it. It's all good. You guys know we're better than this. It's all good.
I know. By the way, congratulations. 125 today.
Oh, my gosh.
It feels like it. I feel that old. How about you guys?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. You're in.
Did I make it?
Yes. You made it. You froze in the most unbelievable.
Yeah. It was pretty cringe.
I'm scared to watch the replay.
It's like close your mouth, Lockjaw. It's just you look like an anglerfish.
Yeah, we got internet problems going on here. I'm on the cell phone now, so hopefully.
All right.
But you know what? Like I bet every single teacher is saying, "Oh my gosh, that's me. That's what happened to me today. That's what happened this week." You know.
And you just got to roll. You just got to roll.
Keep calm and carry on, right? Oh my goodness.
So Pete, I recognize you're wearing a really great T-shirt today. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Good thing you can't smell me. I just got out of the car, so yeah. We have our show Finding Nemo next week. Let's see. I had the flu, like unlike I've ever had it. It was rough, and then we just closed a production of Frozen out of school. 2 of those shows were sold out. And now we're at my home school doing Nemo, unlike anything we've ever done. Maybe 60 puppets in it. You feel like you're sitting in the middle of an aquarium.
Wow.
I'm very, 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 very proud of it. Super excited, but yeah, tired. And then just because not enough was going on, I took our school chorus. I formed this chorus 19 years ago. And for the first time, we participated in our district Elementary Music Festival on Monday, and we received superior scores, which is really cool. I don't really care about scores, but I want to brag on these kids and this accomplishment. Our school's never done anything like that before. It was our first time, and they were super nervous, super proud of them. So all my Kincaid Cougars out there, I love you. I'm very, very proud of you. We did great. And yeah, so tired, but a good type of tired. Busy time of year for teachers, especially, gosh, music teachers. There's so many, it's called LGPE, large group performances. Matter of fact, that's why I was late. I was picking up my son, bringing him back from his. And they go and they perform at a festival, and then they get adjudicated. And so elementary all the way through high school, they do it, especially around here. It's very big here in the Atlanta area. And it's a lot on top of everything else music teachers are doing. So I'm sending love and energy out to all my music teacher friends.
That's awesome. Yeah. And you know what? I just heard too, my niece, also it's those trips where they go down to the theme parks in Orlando from around here and perform. And so I think my niece and her little middle school are getting ready to head on down there tomorrow. I need to
tomorrow.
Her. Yeah.
Mine is going May. We just did the final payment.
Yeah. That's
very excited.
Cool.
Wait,
yeah.
Disney?
Are they going to Disney for you, Erin?
I need to ask. My mom was not sure when I asked her. It's either Disney or I know my nephew went to Universal actually last year.
Mine's going to Universal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah,
that's neat. That's those trips are fun. I remember those.
Yeah. Oh,
lots of growing up.
Speaking of middle school, Fred.
Yeah. So today was an opportunity to go and speak at a career fair for middle school, and these were the 6th, 7th, and I believe the 8th graders. And it was really neat space. We were in the gym, tables. All of us were, like the representative of whatever we were representing in career tracks. So I was there as higher ed, but I was also there discussing, what is technology, career, cybersecurity, and programming, and so on, and AI, a little bit of AI. So we were all there, and it was really fun having the kids, and the questions were great. They were boilerplate questions that they were obviously prepped to ask, but it was really fun to see as the kids were coming through. I love their T-shirts. I think the T-shirt says a lot about them. And the one little young man came up and he had a Beatles T-shirt on, and I'm like, "Do you really know who the Beatles are?" And he started to rattle off the catalog of songs and which one he liked, and I was like, "Yeah, pound." It was really neat to see that. Then you got the Star Wars shirts, the Marvel shirts, the sports shirts, and that usually is the great conversation starters.
Totally.
But it was they were a lot of fun, and man, even right now, my voice is still. I was in the room easily an hour and a half straight, just talking. One group, they would blow the whistle, the rotation would begin, and they would come up to our table. It was a lot of fun. But they were, what also was really interesting too, and this is something I think we've talked about before. One of the other things I would ask them is, "What's your favorite subject?" And Erin, I did get in many ELAs, which was really cool to hear. And then I got a lot of math. It started to become a trend. Cool. And I'm like, I love hearing that. So 6th grade math, they were working on histograms and little, plotting and such. And so I started asking, who's the teacher? And then that's when the nugget got cracked. It was like, they have a rock star math teacher there who's just making it happen. And they love him. And so I'm going to reach back out to that math teacher here probably tomorrow or Friday, and just to let them know that he got a lot of dedicated students to math because of however he is teaching it. He's doing a great job. So
that's awesome.
It just goes to show you, teachers make the difference in that sense.
Yeah,
truly. A student can not really care for the subject, right? We all have things that we like and don't like, but the teacher can make the difference in that time they're spending in that room learning, for sure.
Yeah. And so with the ELA students, I was asking what's their favorite books, and I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was kind of like out of their zone for which age group would be the appropriate readings at that point. Yeah. But Diary of a Wimpy Kid was the standard at that point.
Okay, that's still hanging on, huh?
Yeah, I was surprised to hear it.
They have.
Yeah. And Fred, the T-shirts, that is so a way to go to connect with them. I have this thing where the kids know by now if they come to the music room wearing a band shirt, they have to tell me 2 songs from the band. Like, I make a big deal out of it. So you're wearing this Pink Floyd shirt, give me 2 songs.
You
You're
better
wearing this
represent.
Kiss shirt, Def Leppard, whatever it is. Wait, that's a band? I'm like, yeah, now go find out, you know. But even talking to them about the movies or sports, it's such a good little gateway to get in there and make a connection with them. So definitely use those t-shirts.
That's awesome. I wear a lanyard because we have to, security reasons. Pete, do you have to do that and have yeah, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this, Fred. So like for us, and I'm sure for Pete, you have your ID, right? That says that you're an employee and you can be there and you're able to scan it to kind of get in and out of buildings or schools and that kind of thing. And then there's also a new thing that we have in the last year or two, and it's basically an emergency thing. It can, you hit it a certain amount of times and it lets you know that there's an emergency, but not, it might be someone's having a seizure or a heart attack or needs some, but then there's also, you hit it a couple times if you think there's an intruder in the building.
Oh, wow.
And so there are teams, made up of educators. I'm one of them. Whatever building you're in, that you are like kind of the first responders to go, and you'll get an extra alert on your computer or phone that kind of tells you who it is, where they're located, and what kind of alert it was. So it's really interesting. But anyway, so I wear the lanyard with all those things on it, and just to make it fun for me, because we love Disney. I put some of my Disney pins on there, right? Like I'm at the parks. And that's been a really cool way when I go and observe into the different classrooms at any age, pretty much, kids see the Stormtrooper or Mickey Mouse or whatever. And so it kind of makes for an easy way to have a conversation.
Definitely.
Now I got to ask, I mean, you probably have a lot of pins though, right?
I do.
And so do you swap them out? Do you mix them up?
I don't yet, but I need to. In fact, back there, I've got a few pins, and I've got one. Epcot is really my favorite park, and I've got Spaceship Earth back there, and I need to switch them out. I just don't take the time, but
yeah,
back there, it's Spaceship Earth, but with the Mickey ears on it.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah, and then there's certain ones where I'm like, because if anything happened to this pin, I'd be upset about it.
Right, because they're so expensive these days. Yeah, especially the more vintage ones, right?
That's right.
And some of them are really big. Some of them are huge. My son has a couple big ones. Like he has them up in his room still too. So going back to the lanyard. Yeah, we haven't talked about that. Maybe that's a future episode.
For sure.
Is that the type of ID that you could subtly tap? Or is it? Are you talking as an actual device with a button?
For me, it's 2 different things.
Yeah, we use Centegix. What do you use, Pete?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. It's almost like a credit card, a little thicker.
Right.
And then there's a button that you just. I mean, it's kind of an indentation. So yeah, I mean, you technically could kind of incognito, kind of keep hitting it, but it's like if you hit it 3 times or more, that means you're like, oh my gosh, like bad. For us, I don't know about you, Pete, but I think if it's 1, it's just to let you know there's probably a health thing or something that someone
or something. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. That's
so I have to put my ID in the lanyard. So, and then the ID is what gets you in the door.
Yes.
And then the other one is more for heavy duty stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we do want to do a safety and security. We've been talking about that. So if there's anyone out there that's got some connections or you want to come on, let us know, because it's been on our minds for a while, especially as school shootings unfortunately grow and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's an interesting space. Like, so we just had an incident actually at our cathedral actually, and so we have people coming in that'll be giving some training. But the incident was interesting. We have a lot of open, well, not anymore, but we had a lot of access points. Person up during one of the Sunday masses, they came in the back end. Well, picture a long rectangle, main doors, and then I feel like I'm on an airplane. Main doors, and then we have the rear doors, and then the side doors. Well, anyway, they came in through a side door. They came up the staircase that goes up into our sacristy, which are the rooms off the altar. They walked out onto the altar during communion, and the priest was distributing communion and literally turned to the left, and there's this person standing right there. And everybody that was in the pews that are sitting there, like, what do you do? And the person was holding a bag, and immediately everyone's like, whoa, what's going to happen next? And so now that's triggered our revisiting of what are better protocols to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like you just said, it's the world, it's where the world is. So
Fred, you're tapping into some of my biggest nightmares when we have so many people in a building watching a show, and I have things in place that I do have things in place for every show because I feel a responsibility about that. And I am always trying to think ahead. Can't prevent everything, but the effort is there. So
yeah, we just ran a story. It was on the news, and it's you're probably seeing the same thing down there. Is a lot of these organized athletic events. So we have the Pennsylvania Intercollegiate Athletic Association, the PIAA, and they are the body that oversees the referees and the way the athletics are administered, or not administered, but they oversee athletics in K through 12 and I guess probably some colleges. But they covered another story on fights breaking out in the stands amongst parents.
Yeah.
So it's it's not even the kids anymore, it's the parents. And so how do you deal with that? And we've been seeing that even when I was coaching, parents literally coming out of the bleachers onto the courts, getting in the face of either a referee or a coach. And it's been growing and growing to the point where we're having a hard time. What I'm learning is we're having a hard time getting referees. Nobody wants to be a ref because they don't want to be in those situations. And you're like, wow, what do you do? But yeah, those are some hard topics, I think, to talk about. But
yeah,
it's part of our environments. So
it's on the list.
How you been, Erin?
Yes.
What you got going on?
So
nothing, right? You're not busy. Come on.
No, I'm not busy at all. Not at all. Let's see. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because I don't know if I told you all, I got a C-3PO, the Lego set where he's got the silver leg. Yeah, I've got him built up to the waist, and now I need
How tall is it?
It's gonna be,
that's pretty cool.
Pretty tall. Yeah. It's one of those things that I have found. I don't spend a lot of money to get them, but when I do, it's like a puzzle, right? And I can just do there's maybe for this one, I think there's maybe 12 bags in there. So I'll just kind of take a minute and go sit in the dining room and open one of those bags and build a piece and slowly but surely build them out. I have not touched that in a couple weeks is my point. But that's okay, right? You can walk away from it. And
it's so good for your blood pressure and just some decompression and cognitive fine motor skills. So good for you.
Yeah.
Lego's great.
So we're doing that as my club is doing that as an activity. They got funding approved, which I was surprised. They were going to buy the Titanic. And what they've done is they've reserved a room on the campus, and it's over 2 days. They're calling it the Lego Marathon Build. You could sign up, and we did this 2 years ago, but this is a bigger kit. But when we did it 2 years ago, it was a way to attract new members into the club. So you have to sign up and give your email address. So the students took their email address. It was like a call to action, and they took their email address and they used it to kind of reach back out to them and invite them to other events. So what they did with this one is they got funding for that to buy the Lego kit. And lo and behold, April 15th, I believe, is the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have a movie playing with the Titanic. And then they're going to basically set it up where you'll buy a set of blocks and you can contribute to the build that day. But then your name goes into the raffle to win the Titanic.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so they're doing that. And then what I was trying to get them to think about was work with the engineering students to come up with some, one-sheeters that they could put up to say, if they had this technology today back then, well, how could they have avoided it? What could they have done differently from an engineering standpoint to, all that stuff. So they're getting ready to do that. So I agree, Pete. You're right. They did it because that's what they said. It allows us to just clear our mind a little bit. So Erin, you're on the C-3PO. You got to post that when you're done.
For you.
I'll post it when I'm done. But I love that because Fred, that's such a great just team building activity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure that out. That's really, really awesome.
Yeah, they're gonna. So what we've done in the past, we've done a Millennium Falcon. the big one, and an Atari 2600. That was a really cool one. It actually came with cartridges and joysticks and stuff like that. So that's actually sitting in our one common area. That didn't get raffled off. So we're slowly moving from the technology to the Lego people. So
every teacher needs something like that. They need a hobby like that to decompress. I do something that is just, there's no sound involved. It's so quiet because I'm around high energy sound all day.
Yeah.
You know, noise, music, whatever. I'm around it all day nonstop. So I need that disconnect. So every teacher needs something like that. That's a big step in self-care.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned. Yeah, it's funny. Go ahead, Fred. What?
I was gonna say, no, Pete, what is there anything you do? Take a walk?
I ever tell you my nerdy hobby? You guys know my nerdy hobby.
The records?
Well, that's my kids.
Oh, and refurbs?
Yeah, so I refurb old 80s toys. Watch, we're gonna get comments.
So
nerd. So so when he's going looking for records, my son and I'll look for old 80s toys like Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man. I started it during COVID, and I refurbish, and I've learned how to refurbish them, stickers and putting the pieces together and clean them up. And the really nice ones I keep in my gallery. Some I sell, some I just keep, but it's my little tinker room. I have a little room down in the basement. I use tools. I've been learning how to melt plastic. I've been learning how to paint them, mold them. And I do such big stuff. This is really, really small just with my hands. And it's my time. I just go down there and be quiet. And it kind of reconnects me to a more simpler time.
Yes.
And so it's the same thing as the Lego. And yeah, so I'm a nerd.
I did not know this.
Nerd. I thought I told you. You know that.
Yes, you told us.
I don't remember. So you're like the guy in the Toy Story movie.
Yeah. I don't play with them. Nothing like that. I actually look at them as works of art. I really do. I don't play with them or anything like that. Nothing wrong with you.
It's definitely a thing.
It's definitely a thing. Thanks.
Playing with action figures or
they're not dolls. They're not dolls, honey.
Oh man.
Anyway.
No, I mean, it's like I have a lot of vintage stuff, and I've tried to clean them up, but there's definitely an art to it because you can ruin them if you don't use the right solvent.
I'll take a picture of my workroom.
paint.
Yes, Pete uses tools. I'll do a picture of my workroom and I'll show you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward
Post
to
it.
that.
Post it on the Teacher's Pep Ride. Let everybody. We should ask everyone. Go post. What do you do as your hobby? What do you do on the side?
Share with us. I'm gonna do a detour. I'm gonna go back to Epcot for a second, if it's okay.
Absolutely. I mean, it's my favorite part.
There you go. And that's why I want to share. So when we started working on Nemo, I was like, "There's no way we're gonna afford." Like we were thinking about doing it like they do it in the park, and those puppets are so intricate. They're so well built. They're built to last forever. They're each, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And then I was looking at renting them, and I just didn't like what was out there. And also, what I did was I always go either like Imagineering books or I go back to the parks for my inspiration for shows. And I was checking out Epcot, and I saw the mural on the outside of the Nemo Pavilion, the Living Seas Pavilion. They have these silhouettes of all the characters, and they're in beautiful colors. But you could just look really quick, first glance, and you see, oh, that's Crush, that's Nemo, that's Marlin. It's just a silhouette. It's a profile of them, but they're so well made that that's the character. So I gave that to my team, and I said, picture this, but some of the puppets are 6 feet. But so that's what we've built all of our puppets based on. All of our puppets are based on the mural outside the Nemo Pavilion. And today was the first day we used the puppets, and we have like 50 of them. And like I said, it's going to be like you're sitting inside of an aquarium, or a kaleidoscope aquarium. And so that's where we got the inspiration from. So when you talked about Epcot, I thought I should share it. Maybe it's a little too inside baseball, but that's a part of my process.
I like it.
So when you said silhouettes, Pete, what material are the silhouettes made of?
We use it's house insulation foam.
Oh, it's like the big sheets, right?
Foam. And we treat it, we cut it out, we use it for all of our scenery, we use it and then we wrap it in cheesecloth to make it really, really strong, and stick a pole there or two. And now they're being painted right now. But I'll send you a picture, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh. Today was the first day. Like, I'm never sure something's gonna work until I actually see it. It's just like, oh, this is a big chance. This is a big chance.
Right.
And today's like, yeah, this works really, really nice. This is gonna be very, very cool. So
But you
we might take out a few audience members.
Yes, but you trust your instincts. You know what I mean, Pete? And you do. You take a risk, and you never know what might come of it. And our buddy Hal has joined us live. Hey, Hal.
Hey, Hal.
It has been a while, Hal.
It has been way too long. Way too long. We're happy to have friends in here, as always.
You know what? I was going to share something too, though, Pete. I saw something really cool for a Christmas display that was kind of based on what you just said. It was a house that had a fairly large frontage yard, but they had this garage set back. And what they did was they had Christmas characters cut out of wood and standing. They were like 5-6 feet tall. Like they were big, like Christmas tree, sleigh, a couple characters. And then there would be the wall of the garage, and then the silhouette would be about a foot in front of it. But on the back of the silhouette, they strung Christmas lights. Yeah, cool. So the lights reflected off of the wall, and that reflection got then cut off by the shape of the figure. So it looked like the figure was glowing around the edges. And it was a really, really cool effect. So if that's what just struck me when you described what you did, that it does have a really neat effect.
It's gonna be cool. Thanks, guys.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you, Pete. I know you work really hard. I know the kids work really hard.
Yeah, we all do. Except
Fred. So, Erin, what do you got planned now? What's your updates on your big announcements?
Oh my goodness. So, well, first of all, I don't know if you all know, but I got a promotion at work.
What? No. Hey, congratulations.
No, I didn't share that with you. So I've got a little bit of a different role, and I won't talk about too much on here, but it's just exciting. And, it's still in education, still in my same school district. I'm honored and humbled and excited. There's a lot of work to be done, but, a lot of it involves, school culture and district culture and handling, staff and students' needs. So I'm really excited about it.
Way to go.
Thank you. And on top of that, I've got this conference coming up. So at night, a lot of times I'm answering, everyone's questions out there. So we are going to Orlando in June, the 16th to the 18th, for 3 days of professional development. And it really is a personalized learning or project-based learning conference. So bring an idea that you've been wanting to work on, a project. I talked to a teacher today who has an awesome project idea. So she's like, is this the place for me? And I said, absolutely. You can come. And when you leave, you actually can have some action steps or maybe even a presentation to get permission to just start doing it. We don't have a lot of time, which is what we've been expressing tonight. So come spend 3 exciting days with educators, take some fun time exploring, but also to work on that idea or project that you just, haven't had a chance to do yet.
Way to go.
I'm looking forward to it.
So I put up the banner, and then I'm going to also put up this other banner that if our listeners are watching this on their TV or on their computer, they could grab that QR code.
There you go.
Great.
And
Thank you.
That'll help you. And that'll get you to, looks like you're staying at the Wyndham, which I know I've stayed at. It's a great location. I think it is probably one of the best locations in Disney that's not a Disney hotel, but it's so close to everything. And it's really a nice
walk right to Disney Springs. The buses are there. We always take the bus. It's free if you're staying there to take you to all the parks. And the pricing too, I'm very mindful. We all know school districts, higher education, the PD money to send you is getting, harder and harder to get. So we're very mindful of the costs. I think one night is maybe $100. So you could stay for 3 nights for $300 plus taxes and fees. And that way you can spend more on your travel and getting there. We cater meals for you, so you don't have to pay for all your meals. Like, I really have that teacher's mindset of what they need to be able to come and just enjoy. So I'm excited about it.
You need to repeat that pricing again. What did you say it was?
It's like I think it's 109, maybe 112 with all taxes and fees. Yeah, they give my participants a really good discount. And because I've told them, like, look, these are educators coming in their summer to do this, and their budget is not going to be very big. So what can you do to help us out? And they really, really do. And I cater the lunches. We try to make sure you have lots of snacks and beverages throughout the day, and coffee in the morning. But yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Come on. And we're going to Epcot. We're talking about Epcot. One of the days you do go as a participant to Epcot, and it's a lot of fun.
Excellent.
I'll be talking offline about.
Okay. We'll talk.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. If anybody, I would encourage it. And this is those type of events, and it's really a small group, right? In a way that it's really kind of hands-on and intimate, which makes
exactly.
If you've been to a large education conference, you feel like you're awash, and a lot of great people, but it's just not the same when you get a great workshop. So
yeah, literally because of that, the first day I see so many people from all over that have never met before. And at the end of day one, they're already like, hey, do you want to go? You want to go to, we know what that's like, right? Yep. We did that with Momentum. Do you want to go over to Disney Springs and get something? Yeah, it's great.
Yep. No, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah. So everybody, make sure you grab that QR code and sign up for it. Yeah.
I
see you there.
Thanks, Fred. Well, Pete, yes. I'm excited to continue to see you post what you and your kiddos are doing. Good luck. Yep. Break a leg. It's going to be amazing.
It will.
And Fred, keep doing what you're doing. And
we have some stuff we're working on. We're still working on some AI stuff. So that's a little slow burn, but it's neat things. We're still making sure people are aware of the value of learning the code while you build confidence, and maybe and then branch out into other areas. It's not all just about learning how to code. It's got other kind of facets to it. So yeah, we're working on some cool stuff, but we've been quiet. We've been busy. For anybody that's paying attention to the world of Penn State, they know that we are the lead element of what's coming, I think, for a lot of people. Not just Penn Staters, but so we're one step at a time. That's all you could do, right? All one step at a time.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot to.
And I just put up your banner, Pete.
Thanks.
If anybody, you're giving a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff. I think it's if anybody's in the arts, even if you're not in the arts, you got to see what you're doing. There's some really cool stuff. I've enjoyed seeing them too.
Yeah. Well, I know this was a little shorter of one, but we wanted to make sure we got together, and I have certainly loved reconnecting with the two of you, right? We might meet almost every week, but we don't get to always connect like this because we always make sure that we're the host.
We have to behave when we have a guest. So.
Yeah. We have to behave. I
can't wait to see that freeze picture.
Oh my God. And I lose it, Fred, just because I'm so tired that
That's coming back at Christmas time.
Oh,
you watch. We might have
t-shirts. Pete, let's make shirts.
We are merching now.
We are merching out. We are going to merch it out.
So, hey, next week, are we on? I know I'm not here.
Yeah. So next week, Pete, I know I'm so sorry that you're not going to be able to join us, but we will be thinking about you during your production.
No.
Fred and I are going to be facilitating a panel. Got 3 or 4 people, and we're going to be talking about innovative solutions for aspiring teachers. We've got a professor on there. We've got someone from the Georgia Association of Educators on there. We've got an aspiring teacher, someone who just recently graduated as a student teacher.
That's right.
And so we're just going to be talking about things that we can do to maybe rethink about the programs and how we can really kind of fill up that tube of new teachers coming out to this profession. So
that would be great.
I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, make sure you share with friends. Let us know what other ideas you'd like us to hear bring into the fold for conversation. And if you would like to be a guest on the Teachers Pep Rally, reach out to us. Visit us at our website. Pete will give a shout out here. But as we're coming close to the end of our season. And then that gives us time to get everybody queued up for next year. So no pressure on teachers to get into the hopper now. We can meet up over the summer, talk a little bit, and then get ready to go into the fall.
Yeah,
that's right.
That'd be great.
And Pete, how can our friends continue to have the conversation?
Right. We have our Instagram account, Facebook. We're on YouTube, wherever you're listening to us, and our website, teacherpeprally.com.
That's right. All right. Well, I hope you all have a great rest of the week. Hang in there. And don't forget to laugh like we did until you can't breathe. or freeze.
Or seize up like Fred.
Oh, yep. Watch the YouTube.
Bye.